When the baby came, can you walk us through it? What was the, I guess, feeling, the emotion? Was there a relief? Um, was it when you first held the baby? What was the overwhelming emotion at the time?
It won't be one emotion, I believe. I don't think it was one emotion.
Yeah.
I was a roller coaster of many kinds of emotion. There was the, oh, I've become a father. And there was the, you are so cute. I love you.
Yeah.
I will love you with everything that I've got. And then there's the, oh, my wife who I've been tending to for 9 months, finally, can hang her boots, can hang her legs up and breathe, because it wasn't easy being pregnant.
Yeah.
Right. And you came safely. I'm glad that my wife is alive. I'm glad that you are alive. And then there's the, you have come now. I will not be able to sleep again. You have come now.
Yeah.
Will myself and my wife still have the same type of relationship we used to have as when it was just the two of us, essentially?
Yeah.
There was everything. There was the how do I get on with work now that you're here? I don't want to leave all of that pressure, the pressure of having to deal with this new baby, all to my wife.
Yeah.
How do I handle all of that? It was just a mix of, it was a flurry of many things just
at once,
coursing through my mind, right? In fact, on the day of my child's birth, because of my lack of sleep, I almost lost my life.
Oh.
Yeah, really. I almost ran into the bush where I was driving home and I slept off.
What?
It was really that bad. But thankfully I'm here. I'm thankful to God that he saved me, right? But he also points to the fact that we're not sleeping. We will not be sleeping.
Yeah.
From that point on, there will be a lot less sleep. I typically will be the guy that will wake up maybe by 2 a.m., walk till 6, catch a nap for another 1 hour, walk through the day. In the afternoon, I'm taking another nap. But there's a baby whose timelines doesn't align with yours. She wants what she wants at the time she wants it. And she must get it.
Yeah,
she must get it so that we all can have peace, right? So it was a mix of many things, honestly. A lot of emotions, a lot of restlessness, a lot of thinking, do I really want to be a father with all this stress?
Yeah.
Does our mom, my wife, want to be a mother with all of this stress?
Yeah.
Again, I'm thankful for, the circle that surrounds us. Thankful for all the help from wherever we got them from. Yeah, But yeah, we are here now.
Yeah, I mean, so let's talk about work, because you mentioned work before. You said you weren't sleeping before the baby came. And now you're definitely not sleeping since the baby came. And I know that lasts for about a period of 3 to 4 months where the baby's schedule is completely different. And I know it's different per baby. So that's just a generalization. How did you then say, okay, how am I going to balance work and family life with this new addition? Because it's a phenomenon that everybody has to face, especially if you're the type that you're a goal getter in your career and you're pushing yourself as hard as you can to climb that ladder. And now you have an addition. How do you sort of balance work and family? I know you. That's why I'm asking you. because before the baby came, you were very busy with work, and work is quite a lot for you. So I'm very curious to see what system have you put in place.
To be honest, it is still a hard balance to find, even at this time. Really hard balance to find. I think that peculiarities will exist for different fathers, but I can speak through mine based on my own current realities, based on my own way of work, how I work and all of that. I work from home, number one. So it gives me, or it affords me, that luxury of being able to dash upstairs and back. Maybe like 2-5 minutes, just check on people and stuff. So I think at that point in time, I started to become I would like to that, more intentional about being in the present, right? So I could sit at my desk for 4 or 5 hours on end, just banging away at my keyboard and doing stuff, taking calls and all of that. But what I started to do was, on my calendar, my diary, I would lock in times that I would be reminded for, say, okay, these 20 minutes, you need to go upstairs to see your wife and baby, right?
Yeah.
That was one way to do it. Secondly, thankfully, from the position that I sit, I can delegate more of the things I ideally would need to have oversight over
Yeah.
to other people, right? So it meant that I was trying to free up my time so that I could be more available for the people I call my own. Does it make sense, right? So I did that a lot. I wanted to just be in the moment because I wanted to see my child grow. I didn't want to miss the moment when um, she's a baby and then I'm looking up, she's towering above me,
Yeah.
telling me to go and sit down. You old man, go and sit down somewhere, So
Yeah, for sure.
that was what I did. I did a lot of delegation.
Yeah.
Rather than sitting in a spot for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I made sure that I broke that every 2 hours. That's how I did it. I have that like 20 minutes off of work. I'll go upstairs, just check my people, speak with them, have bands. I would say that my wife bore most part of the brunt because I still have to work anyways, right? In caring for the baby. But let it not be that I was working at the expense of the same family I'm working for. They needed to feel my presence, and I made sure that as much, I'm still doing that as much as is possible, because every now and again I'll still ask my wife, do you think my daughter knows me? She said,
Wow.
absolutely. Yeah, I will ask her. She said, absolutely, because every time I enter into a room where my daughter is, she lights up. You see her smiling immediately.
Yeah.
Which is the kind of relationship I want to have with my child.
Yeah.
Right. So I did a lot of delegation. I did a lot of because I believe that it is whatever you find important, you will make time for.
Yeah.
Right. So I made sure that there were blocks in time on my diary that was specifically for my immediate family.
Yeah.
Right. Very important.
Very important. No, that's great. You mentioned something there. You said you didn't want to be working so hard at the expense of the people that you're working for. I think that's like you could just quote that, right? that is very important, because a lot of men, especially, they're either focused on just work because they're thinking, I am providing for the family.
And then the financial pressure and
pressure and everything. And there's been recent studies that have shown that the lack of father in the present, fatherhood in a home, and you could be in the house, but you're not really in the house.
Really,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could just lock yourself to working without having that sort of relationship with your children from as soon as they were born. It has an adverse effect on their personality, on the way they see life, on the way they expect love, and all of these different things. So I think that needs to be quoted, and maybe I'll do that and put it on the wall. So you're not working too hard at the expense of the people that you're working for.
Absolutely.
Very key. What I was going to ask, so I remember the first time that I saw my first son smile, right? Because when they're born, they're practically blind, so they can't really see until after a few months. But then that comes a time when they intentionally smile at you because
no longer reflexes.
And exactly, no longer reflexes. Did you experience that? And what was the feeling?
It's just really amazing. I don't know there's a word to kind of capture how I felt.
Yeah.
Or how I feel every time I see my daughter smile. I don't think there is a way to. It's just, I honestly don't know how to describe it. But it's just amazing. Yeah. It's just amazing that, okay, now you see me, it's daddy, you smile like daddy, And I think that's the basis for, or should I say the foundation for the kind of relationship you're going to have with these kids, right? The fact that they can recognize you, the fact that they understand that, okay, I know this person. They can also feel some warmth in return. You can smile at them, pick them up, hug them, hold them, rock them or something. Yeah. They know, okay, I can get some form of comfort from this person. That forms like the kind of foundation, or it forms the foundation for the kind of relationship you're going to have with your kids, because they know, okay, daddy will always be there for me whenever I need him to be there, right? Daddy will make sure he busts his edge just to get what it is that I want. He will do whatever he needs to do to ensure that I'm well cared for, I'm well provided for, right? So I honestly don't know how to describe that feeling. Yeah. It's just an amazing feeling, really.
Yeah, I mean, I can't put it in words either. It's also similar to when you see them take the first step. So my younger one, I think was it last month, he took his his first step, and now he's like running up.
He's running everywhere, he's scoring about.
So it's kind of like, oh, I can't wait for him to start walking. Now that he's walking, I'm like, can you just sit down?
Can you sit down?
No, it's unbelievable.
You know what is funny? We were having a conversation some 2-3 days ago, and my wife she was like, I can't believe you are this grown. She turned 5 months some 2 days ago, thereabouts.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe you're this grown. You were so small that I couldn't even feel that I was carrying anything. But look at you now. I carry you for one minute. All my arms are paining, stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
And then I told her that the more reason why we need to be in the moment. Let's not miss the times when
they grow up so
really
fast.
so little, let's not miss those. Those are the times that we cherish the most, Before you know it, she comes on and tells me she wants to get married, But I want to be able to remember, in good memories that, okay, you are my child. I held you for some time and I enjoyed those when I was in it. We both were in it,
Yeah.
And I was telling her, well, are we not doing that where we can do more of it?
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever enough, really.